Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to shorter attention, what I was doing and things like that. Hopefully it helps you out. You know, hopefully. Oh yeah, I just did 1,000 of those. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Storytime with Uncle Mason. So we're going to continue catching everybody up with where we were at in the Combat Trauma Healing Manual. This guy right here. Before we do that, I wanted to talk about some of the stuff going on with Honor 22 and the Foundation. So got some new stuff with Honor 22. We got a new board going on. So myself, I'm the program director. EJ is the finance director. And then we've got Dave Martinez, who's our veteran outreach coordinator. Army vet, great dude. Then we've got my brother, Mason Leist. He's going to be our community outreach guy, which is going to be involved with all of our interior stuff. So another great dude there. And then Zach Lee, of course, is our legal director. And he is also an Army vet and a really good friend of mine. So, you know, we're getting there. We're getting to where we need to be. So for the PTSD Foundation of America, we've got some new classes going on here. Now we'll go ahead, just all this green stuff here is my one-on-one times, and then the black stuff are the groups we have here, and then the red is the groups we have going on for Honor 22 afterwards at the Foundation. And again, got all this nice and exciting space for us to use, and we've got this wonderful gym for all of us to use. So, I mean, it's free of charge Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. I'm up here Monday, Wednesday, Friday from 12 to 8. So, you know, again, if you want to come get your workout on, you're more than welcome to do so. So, now we're going to recap Chapter 2. And basically, Chapter 2 is talking about what happened to me. We talked about the history of PTSD, the origins of it. We talked about the symptoms. We talked about how secondary trauma is trauma that your family and your loved ones can get by interacting with your PTSD when you go through your own recovery, which is a part of why here at the Foundation we don't just help veterans, we help veterans and their families, or first responders and their families, because families and loved ones are very important to your own recovery, and you have to address their needs as much as you address your own. So, as we all know, PTSD is a common reaction to an uncommon event. So basically, what you're going through is normal. Now, acute stress disorder is what happens immediately after a trauma happens, and it lasts about 30 days. It has the same symptoms and side effects as PTSD, but it goes away. Post-traumatic stress disorder is what happens whenever those symptoms persist past 30 days, and the longer it persists, the harder it is to overcome. So basically, we talked about some of the things that causes PTSD, car wrecks, gunfire, sexual assault, things like that. Talked about PTSD persistence, why it keeps going on. In a psychological world, it's because you're isolating yourself, you're not getting help, you're just ignoring it, and you continue to let these belief systems build up that the world is bad. In the spiritual world, it's because you're walking away from God and you're letting the devil whisper all these things in your ear to continue to motivate you away from God. We talked about the symptoms. Obviously, the core groups are anger, anxiety, and depression. And then there's a whole list of symptoms underneath there. If you go back to the videos again, I've talked about every one of those and how they have affected me in my own life and some of the ways that I combated them, both good and bad. Then we talked about traumatic brain injury, which is basically a severe concussion and some of the symptoms that go along with that. And then finally, we talked about, you know, the way out, how you can get help, how you can address this with people, how you can bring it up to your friends and loved ones. So that's, you know, basically Chapter 2. If you notice, Chapter 1, we did an intro. Chapter 2, we talked about PTSD and the symptoms. Tomorrow, or the next video we're going to talk about Chapter 3, which was how you can rebuild a relationship with God. And Chapter 4 was talking about your trauma itself. Now, Chapter 4 is the tough one because you have to relive, you know, what you did, and what happened to you. But again, we'll take some baby steps there. We'll get back into it. For right now, I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to do push-ups today. I'm going to bench because chest day, and you know, I've already done 1,000. What's another 22 more? So you guys enjoy. guys, as always, you know, if you ever get in a spot where you think you're alone, if you ever get to a point where you think nobody cares about you, just reach out. You know, in all these videos, I put my own phone number. I put several organizations for you to contact me if you ever get down there. You know, don't forget about your friends. Don't forget about your family. I know it's tough, and I know that going through a lot of what you've been going through is difficult because I've done it. And I've been on my own recovery journey for 2 years now. And I can tell you right now that the smartest decision I ever made in that entire process was to reach out. And it wasn't, you know, I didn't acknowledge the fact that I had a problem overnight. It took time. But after I reached out, after I went and got help, after I kept getting help and kept working on myself, I can look back now and say the guy I was 2 years ago was nowhere near the guy I am today. So I can tell you from my own personal experience that it does work. You just have to put faith in yourself. You have to put faith in this power up above. If you believe in that, and just continue to fight, man, continue to grind. So yeah, with all that being said, thank you guys for watching again. If you like what's going on, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to comment. I will address those as they come up in the next few videos. And you know, we can go from there. We can have these conversations, and together as a community, we can combat post-traumatic stress disorder. We can support each other, and we can lower that veteran suicide rate. I am my brother's keeper. You are your brother's keeper. So with all that being said, you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.